Hi guys, welcome to the Redflex, the only channel in the world which is hosted by four brothers who all support Manchester United. So this is a special Manchester derby preview. It's a massive game that we've got, and we're going to look into all the details. And then eventually at the end of the show, we will give our predictions. Let's see who can get the closest to that, or who can actually get them right. So just one thing I would like to say before we start that is we are now live on Twitch. So anyone who is watching us on Twitch, we would like to say a big thank you. So the web address for Twitch is twitch.tv/the Redflex. So today I'm joined by Harris. Welcome, Harris.
All right, man. All right. Good to be here, mate. It's a shame we don't have the full quota, but you know, some people are living the high life in sunnier climates. Let's say.
So I'm sure there'll be a show from an international venue coming soon, and that's exclusive on the Redflex. So first of all, Harris, I know you're the man for the press conferences. So I would love for you to share anything that you kind of notice, anything that you think is important for our viewers to know about the press conference.
Yeah, a couple of things. Obviously, you know, there's a lot of focus on what happened in midweek. You know, there seems to be this clamour, this media pressure, which there seems to be every time we kind of lose a big game or we lose here and there. Big pressure on Ole again, his job, all that kind of lark. But yeah, he was asked a few questions about obviously player injuries. I don't think there's anything major. Obviously, I think Martial's back. Cavani, he just said, you know, he's going to make a late decision on. Everybody else, I think, is okay. So fairly full squad to pick from. Again, he's asked about Pogba, usual stuff. He just replied as he always does. You know, Pogba's our player. He's you know, he's in contention. You know, to play, and he just kind of left it at that. Other questions around De Gea. Again, you know, this seems to be a common theme now. So after his so-called howler for the third goal, again, you know, he said he's got his back in. So you know, there's no. I'll be very surprised if Henderson plays in such a big game. So for me, you know, it will be David in net. He was asked about Champions League, Europa League. Kind of, you know, basically the question was aiming at, you know, how does he find it, or how does he feel now that we're going to be in the Europa League? He just said, look, you know, we played 6 games. There were 4 of them were against top teams, finalists and semi-finalists. They did really well. They were, you know, moments away from qualifying. It wasn't the actual games against them that defined the group. It was obviously the one against Istanbul away that cost us. He said, you know, he thinks that we've made progress compared to last year, where you know, we had a few games against Rochdale and Partizan and other teams in the kind of like Europa League, and we struggled against them. He goes, this year, you know, that's not been the case really well, apart from maybe that Istanbul game away. But he thinks, you know, we're making progress. You know, he was asked about his record against Pep. So just to pull out a stat. I know
Here we go.
Everyone loves a stat on here. So Solskjaer became only the second manager in history to beat Pep 3 times in a single season last year, the previous being actually Jurgen Klopp in 17-18. So obviously, you know, he's got a very favourable record against Pep. I think their style suits us, which is good. So he's confident. He wants to win. And, you know, you mentioned that we've got 4 wins in a row in the Premier League, and he wants to make it 5.
There's a lot of detail there, yeah. So it must have been a very interesting press conference. Just in regards to a few things that you said there, which I found quite interesting, was you said so-called howler from De Gea. So did you not think he was involved in the error that led to the 3rd goal?
I'm not going to put blame on him simply because I'm trying to put myself in his position. He would have expected Maguire to clear that. As in there was no chance in hell that was David De Gea's ball to get in the first instance. It was only because Maguire hesitated, which obviously led David De Gea to make a late reaction in what he actually did, which obviously wasn't great, but obviously he made a late reaction to it. But it shouldn't have even come down to having to make a save, because that ball should have been cleared. So for me, he's not at fault.
Yeah, also in my opinion, I don't really see him at fault. I mean, the only thing I could probably say, he wasn't as brave as maybe other people were, because he actually did turn his back. But I wasn't really expecting him to come out to take that ball, to be fair. Also, another point you mentioned, which I think is quite interesting, and you mentioned that Solskjaer kind of referred to teams like Colchester and Rochdale and Partizan. We struggled against it. That's because we weren't even playing our first team. So I'm not sure where he's made that link, to be honest. So I think he's just trying to be ultra positive.
Yeah.
Where maybe it's not needed. Maybe he should just be straight and say, look, we're disappointed. We should have gone through, because it was, we should have gone through.
He said that, obviously said that as well, but obviously tried to blend it, saying, even though we're out, we're still in a better position than we were 12 months ago. Basically, that's what he's trying to say. Whether that's true or not, probably is. Obviously, we've got Fernandes, and again, there's a lot of talk in the media again about how overly reliant we are on, like Bruno Fernandes, and without him, we can't play. So, but I think that's a different issue for a different day. Oh, what's this?
Who's this? International venue. So let's hand it over to Usman. Can you please share your location with our viewers?
Yeah, where are we?
I don't know. Can you hear me properly?
Yeah.
My internet's a bit sketchy. So, and plus it's like 2:20 in the morning. I am currently out in Dubai.
There you go. The highlight, as you mentioned, Harris.
The Redflex has officially gone international. So should be.
When are we expecting when are we going to expect some content from Dubai?
Hopefully tomorrow.
After the game,
should be catching up. Maybe before. I'll try and squeeze one in. Catching up with a few people later on in the week, possibly Sunday after the game. Get their thoughts. Some Man United fans out here. Catch up with them as well. See. Hopefully after a good result. But I just thought I'd jump on. I wasn't sure if my internet would hold up. But I thought, let's see what's going on.
Yeah, it seems to be pretty clear.
Yeah,
yes,
that's it. Really.
Yeah, fantastic. So
that's my commitment.
Great of you to join. Great commitment.
2:20 in the morning.
The graveyard shift.
The graveyard shift. Yeah.
That's it. So I don't know how I feel about the game. So obviously everyone's a little bit deflated after the midweek shenanigans of Manchester United. Haven't really processed it yet. Obviously flew out the following morning, so I didn't really have time to think about it. But nervous would be an understatement. But then again, Ole seems to pull it out the bag every time. So,
but the question is, where will you be watching it? In the hotel, or are there some venues open?
This is fully open here. There's everywhere. I've got the option of watching it in the hotel. Might go out, watch it some sports venue. I'm not sure. Haven't decided quite yet. Depends on the situation.
Sounds great. Just in regards to what we were talking about, Usman, with Harris, in regards to David De Gea, did you also think, or did you think he was at fault for the third goal?
I think it was a combination of David De Gea and Harry Maguire. I'd probably put slightly more blame at Harry Maguire's door, because he should have cleared it. I don't know is there any video come out that De Gea gave him a shout?
Not that I'm aware of.
I don't think so. So it's his responsibility. The fact that he's leaving the ball, which is going through the 6-yard box, is unforgivable for me. As I said in the match review, I'm done with him. I'm happy for him to sit on the bench. Don't care how much he costs. At the end of the day, it's more about the team progressing forward. I'm done with him. Done with Pogba. Don't want to see them.
So if you're done with Harry Maguire, who do you want our central defensive partnership to be against Man Utd?
Anyone. I'll take Axel. He's obviously fit. Came on for a little while. He's got a little
Axel
pace
and Lindelof.
Yeah, Lindelof. Even though he's not amazing, he's don't think he's made a glaring error like Maguire has. Maguire seems to have done it on a few occasions now. So, it's 3 strikes and you're out policy really for me. I think he's done way more than 3 strikes.
Yeah, I think he's had his fair share of howlers and errors and a lot of things going on. So in regards to who we believe should start this game, Usman's kind of alluded to the fact he doesn't want Maguire there.
No, he will start. I don't want him to.
You don't want him to, but okay.
I don't want him to.
So this is Harris first. Who do you believe is going to start for Man Utd? Anything that you think is going to be away from our usual starting 11?
No, I think it's going to be a 4-2-1-3. I think it's not going to be 5 at the back. I think he's done with that. Probably. Aram Wan-Bissaka's a shoe-in. I think he seems to have Sterling in his pocket. I think he's had him in there for over a year now in the pocket, and it's getting So I don't think that's going to change. Which, to be fair, I think is going to be the actual win. The actual biggest battle, the key battle. Keep Sterling quiet. Sterling's on fire. So I'm all for it. Aram Wan-Bissaka, I'm not bothered whether he goes forward, whether he can't make a pass. Not bothered about all that.
Yeah, against these sort of teams, he doesn't need to go forward. So this is ideal game for him.
So I think the back four picks itself, or does it actually? Maybe the left back's up for grabs. Personally, I wouldn't play Shaw. I'd like to see Tellez. I think it's definitely going to be Fred and McTominay, or Fred and someone, because Fred's not played the last 2 games, rested. So obviously he had the suspension, but he didn't obviously play before that either. So 100% Fred. Whether it's Scott McTominay or whether it's Matic, not really bothered. Obviously it'll be Fernandez. Up front, I think it will be Greenwood and Rashford. I think the third player is going to be up for question. Personally, I'd like to see Cavani, because I think City lack height and they lack that physical presence. So, especially if you're not playing Matic, I think he should be in the team. If you have got Matic,
if he's fit, he needs to start.
Yeah, maybe it doesn't matter as much. But I know we've had a lot of success in the games where we've played the ball direct, played it long, and we've had someone who's been able to win it in the air. And I think that's caused them lots of problems. So for me, I'd like to see Cavani play. Whether it happens or not, I'm not sure. But for me, that'll be the formation.
And Usman, anything different to what Harry said?
No, I'm happy with what he said. 4-2-3-1 seems to 4-2-3-1 seems to be the way forward. I think. I don't think he's going to play the 5 at the back experiment the way we got exposed. We just got pants taken down against midweek, really. So I don't think Ole will do that again, knowing that Guardiola will probably replicate the tactics and just rip us apart with the passing again. So we'll definitely, I think every time we've started with the formation other than 4-2-3-1, we've had to revert to it to save face. So I think it should be the 4-2-3-1. Happy with Cavani, Rashford left, Greenwood right. Yeah, happy with that.
I know. In the match review, Usman, you said that you want to see Donny van de Beek start. So is this not a game for him to start with Fred?
Potentially, but I do think that off the back of a negative result, Ole always goes with a cautious formation. So
even though we're at home, because I'm sure you mentioned you actually don't want to see that, but you expect Ole Gunnar Solskjaer to revert to type.
Yeah, expect it. I expect him to try and keep it solid in whatever way he thinks that is, and normally that is the double pivot. So I think he's going to go with the double pivot.
Okay. Based on what we've said, the starting lineups are going to be. How do you see the match playing out then? So let's go to Harris first of all.
I think it's going to be the same way he's played against them last season. I don't think he needs to change it. Can Pep do anything different? I don't think he can, because if he could have done something different, I'm sure he would have done it in one of the games that we played him last year. I think, obviously, the game that they won, the home game, I think there was a few errors by us, and the court was cold. And obviously that kind of explains why we lost that game. But in the game where we had a decent start and we had a bit of control in the game, we won all those games. So for me, I don't think I'd want us to play any differently. I'm happy to play, the way we played them last year. I think that tactic will work again. I don't think they're as potent as they were last year. However, I do think they are probably defensively a little bit better. However, I think if we do end up going with maybe Martial, Rashford, Greenwood, I think we've got enough quality and pace to kind of expose them again. But yeah, whether we win the game, I'm not sure. But yeah, I think the game will pan out in the same way that it has in the previous 4 matches.
Okay, Osman. So, would you be happy if at Old Trafford we play with a low block, 2 holding players, and playing on the counter against City?
Not happy, but if it gets us the result, the ends justify the means. So if that's the way we got to win, that's the way we got to win. I think a result is imperative for Solskjaer. I think obviously the title of this video says it all. So if he doesn't get a result, I think he's going to be under immense pressure. I don't think he'll be able to survive much longer. So
do you think it's going to be more the manner of the defeat if we do lose that could cost his job?
Yeah, 100%. If we get destroyed again, like we did, if we're 3-0 down at half time, Ole Solskjaer might as well just take his P45 and not come out for the second half as well. Because it's the manner of the defeat. The first time, like I said, midweek, torn apart. Again,
showed a bit of fight though, second half.
Showed a bit of fight second half, but we had to show a bit of fight. They didn't really have to do anything. So the onus was on us to do something. But
they were 3-0 up, so they weren't going to.
They were 3-0 up. They didn't need to. They didn't need to press the game. We did, and to be fair, we did. We got a penalty that shouldn't have been a penalty. Second goal, was it handball? Was it not handball?
That was a free kick, which hit the crossbar. Like you could have gone in, to be fair. So it's all fine margins, isn't it?
Yeah, fine margins. So yeah, I think it's going to be the way we play. If we play positive, create chances, like we don't really care if we do care, but as in like if we're hitting the post, hitting the bar, creating 15 chances and not scoring, then at least you can say, yeah, you know what, it wasn't our day. But if we're just getting torn apart, that's what is going to be make or break.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely agree with that. I think we have to find an unbelievable, consistent performance for the 90 minutes. If it's not a complete performance, I think it's going to, unfortunately, not go our way. Because at home, we don't tend to play that well. And let's see how that goes. So, based on everything we've said, based on the starting lineups, based on how we think the match is going to play out, what are our score predictions? So we'll go to Usman first.
I think it's going to be a draw.
Okay. Any particular score in mind? If you had to put a couple of pennies on, what do you think the score would be?
I'd put a couple of pennies on. I'd put 1-1.
1-1. Okay. And Harris, the one who loves to sit on the fence. Let's see.
This game's not going to be a draw, in my opinion. It just won't be. I think we've only drawn once
to win. Yeah, both teams
we've only drawn once, and I'll say you've drawn a couple. But these derby games very, very rarely end up in a draw. I just think the first goal is the key. Whoever scores the first goal is going to win the game for me. So for me, I'm just in my head, I'm trying to think who's going to score the first goal. I think it's going to be City. So I'm going with City 2-1.
2-1 City. I think United can do it. I know at home we've been pretty poor, but I think as Usman said, and as we've said in the past as well, when the chips are down, when Solskjaer needs a result, he tends to get one. So potentially, I think we can win this game, and we actually really need to just to get over that loss. I think as well against Leipzig. If we win this game and it's a nice convincing performance, then I think everyone would kind of forget what happened against Leipzig. So that covers everything. Is there anything else you would like to add before we close this match preview, guys?
No, that's just keeping our fingers crossed. Both sides halfway around the world here and back home in Manchester as well, hopefully.
Yeah.
What's it like? Yeah. Go on, Harris. Yeah, sorry, I was going to ask something.
I think if Usman was here, I think we would have probably done an Old Trafford special. But I think we'll save that for the Leeds game. I think we'll save that for the big Leeds game.
Yeah, definitely.
I was just going to ask you, Usman, what's the kind of the view in UAE in regards to this big derby game? Because I know a lot of people in UAE do tend to support Man City, based on my experience. Is that what you're seeing?
I think, yeah, the people that do support English teams do tend to lean towards City. I think it's more of a La Liga following here, to be honest. A lot of people either Real Madrid or Barca. But yeah, they do tend to lean towards Man City.
Yeah, just in regards to the content we're expecting, you say over the weekend, should we expect some content?
Yeah, hopefully I've penciled in meeting a few Man United fans on Sunday after the game. So hopefully, as long as that all goes well, film something, get a match reaction out here in Dubai. Hopefully tomorrow morning, depending on what time I get up, seeing as though it's 2:30 now.
Yeah,
it's
going to be a late one.
Get on my sun lounger in the morning at the beach, film my thoughts for the preview.
Living life, mate. It's been raining here all day.
I know, it's been unbelievably shocking weather. It is.
Forgot what rain feels like, to be fair.
Right, I think that concludes our match preview. So once again, thank you for watching, guys. And just a reminder again, we are now on Twitch. And again, if you are watching via Twitch, thank you for watching. And if you haven't already subscribed, please do so. On YouTube also, please follow us on Instagram. And we hope to see you soon. And we're hoping it's a great result that we can kind of analyze and react to on Saturday. So we'll be back around about 10 o'clock, and we'll see you then.
Bye-bye.